Alrighty, everybody. Sorry for the bit of the late arrival, as we were fighting a lot of tech issues to be able to get up tonight. But nonetheless, we are here on Homecoming Friday night for the Mabank Volleyball girls taking on the Athens Lady Hornets, as we pick up in the first set here, 1-1 apiece. It is going to take Miss Lindsay Cope back to serve. Her serve on the way. Athens do a pretty nice job of handling it there. Send it back across. Dealing with now Jakeway, just going to have to get it across. And Athens there on a bit of a mess up. End up sending it out of bounds. So another quick point here takes your Lady Panthers up 2-1 in the set now, as it is still Lindsay Cope back there to serve. Her serve to the back line this time, handled very well by Athens, but they have to end up just sending it across. And here we go, there's the set. Jakeway with the hard spike, and it comes right back to her, gives her another chance to finally put it away. So really quickly, up 3-1 here are the Lady Panthers over the Athens Lady Hornets. Of course, because came in so late. We are Cedar Creek Media. I say we, but right now it's just me, Mr. J.D. Byrd, on behalf of Cedar Creek Media, as Taylor's got some other things that he is dealing with at the moment. But right there, Athens looking for a shot at the back line, ends up going out is the call. So Lindsay Cope once again headed back there to the service line, and she will send it across strong and handled well by Athens, but ends up not being handled too well as it got a little bit too close to the net, and Jakeway and Woods able to find it and put it down in the hardwood. So quickly up 5-1 over the Lady Hornets as Cope once again sends to the back line. This time handled pretty nicely by Athens, and Mabank now going to settle in there for Alexis Hall. They're going to try to go at her again, and this time she's not able to handle it, as it ends up soaring out of bounds. So Athens able to put up another point on the board. It will send back their libero, number 4, Miss Lindsay Mendez, to the service line. As Mendez's serve, going to be headed to the back row, handed by Wilkinson. And Jakeway with a strong right hand is going to send it right into the hardwood. So quickly they take back possession here, as this time it sends Kendall Woods back to the service line. And her serve, going to be nothing but good there. It is handled by Athens backline. They're able to send it across. Oh, and a little trickeration there from Hall. Almost caught Athens sleeping. But then on the return, Athens able to pick up a nice one there. Sorry, had a quick check-in with my partner over here, as he's handling things in the background, which were a result of why we got so late setting up here. But nonetheless, we are here as 6-3. Mabank still up over Athens. Athens serve handled well by Mabank. Jakeway just going to have to send it across, however. Now Athens dealing with it here. It looks like they are going to call some kind of violation. Not sure exactly which one it was. Got a bit of a net here blocking my view of things, but nonetheless, it ends up in Mabank's favor, as this time Jordan Marker will head back there to the service line. She'll attack the back line as well, as Athens able to get it across. Set up well for Jakeway here, and she sends it through. Oh, I'm sorry. No, she didn't. Looks like possibly a block right there by the Lady Hornets. Ends up falling on Mabank's side. So Athens going to pick up the point. 7-4 now, as they send back number 10, Remy Carnes, to serve. Hall able to dig it out there. Now she'll send across. Little soft shot there. Athens almost unable to handle it, but they do. Now this time it is going to be a nice send over right there from number 9, Ella Genovese, as she is able to find the soft spot. And it will send back Grace Kilgore to do the serving now. Up 4 here are your Lady Panthers as Grace sends across. And little miscommunication there by Athens as not a clear call for the ball on that one. Ends up in another point for Mabank, and it looks like a quick timeout is going to be taken here by the Lady Hornets. So really quickly, I am going to take a step away real quick, and I'll be back here right after this.
8 kitchens, 1 yard. Right there in the heart of Mabank, the truck yard brings it all together. From smash burgers and tacos to lighter bites and loaded spuds, Mediterranean plates, hot wings, Cajun classics, fresh sandwiches, hibachi and sushi, even a boba tea to wash it all down. The truck yard's where Mabank comes together. Neighbors, families, and friends all gathering to share good food from one place. It's the Mabank Truck Yard, where Mabank comes to eat.
And right back to it here. Still 9-4. Your Lady Panthers are up over the Athens Lady Hornets. As Grace Kilgore still on the line. Will send it across. Athens able to deal with it and, able to get through the block right there. And it ends up falling on the Mabank side, so that'll be another Athens point. Brings it back within 4, 9-5. Here your score. I know you got a scoreboard there in your bottom corner, but a little janked up there. So that is a 5 showing for the Athens side of things. As Mabank able to handle things well here, and Genovese again is gonna find the spot to put it down. And quickly Mabank taking back over possession. They have done a great job in the early going of things here of just controlling the time that they have it. They have been on the service line more than not. So this time it will be Kylan Wilkinson back there on the service line, the libero, as she sends across. Nice serve, able to be dealt with by Athens. And the return from Mabank. Wilkinson just going to have to send it across. Athens on the other side now. Going to try to do a little soft send over. But right there to deny is Alexis Hall, and she will pick up a point for her team. As now we have got, once again, Kylan Wilkinson heading back to serve. Athens trying to deal with it here. They're going to be able to get a nice shot out of it. Alexis Hall able to dig it out, however. Now just going to have to send it across as Woods. Athens back on the side dealing with it. Ran into a couple of Lady Panthers there on the block, and once again, but unfortunately ends up going out of bounds off of the block. So it is going to be an Athens point on that one, and it will send back number 11, Layla Carnes, to do the serving. 11-6 still the score. Well, I say still the score, now the score, as Mabank able to deal with it. Woods sends across. And now Athens able to do the same. Well done there by Grace Kilgore to keep it alive, but then a 2-touch going to be called on JoJo Marker there, trying to send across the net. So it'll be another Athens point. Once still going to be Miss Layla Carnes heading back there to serve. Alexis Hall tries digging that serve out, and she just doesn't get it to where she wanted it there. Trying to run it down, but unable to. It's going to end up in another Athens point. So 11-8 now the score. As Carnes going to serve once again, and they'll go right back to attacking Hall. Marker able to deal with it and able to be sent across by Hall. Now Athens going to have to just try to send it across. Hall going to get it up, and what a shot there. Lindsay Cope able to dial it up and find the hardwood. It'll be another Mabank score there, as this time it's going to send Alexis Hall back to the service line. And her wind up and send is just not able to be dealt with by Athens. Kind of just went off the front of the fists of number 9, Charlie Wilmuth there. So it's going to be another Mabank point. And Hall going to send it once again. This time it's a little soft shot. Athens somehow able to deal with it, but it immediately gives it back into possession of Mabank. And putting it across right there. Lindsay Cope runs into the hands of a defender, but it ends up going out of bounds. So yet another point will keep Alexis Hall on the service line back there as they try to extend their lead here. 14-8 now is the score as Hall sends across, this time a little bit too flat on it. It's going to end up going into the net. So just like that is how her service at the line ends. Going to send in a substitution, number 8, Chloe Coker, to go back and do the serving. As she sends across, Wilkinson able to deal with it. And Woods then looking for an attack, but just ends up hitting the top of the net and ends up falling on their own side. So Coker once again going to be headed to the service line, sends across, dealt with, and it looks like it's going to be Cope to send across, and she's able to find the spot. Lindsay Cope right there with yet another score for her team. As now they lead it by 5. It's going to send Lindsay back to the service line here. And she will send across, looking to attack the back line. Ooh, not the best job of dealing with it there by Athens, as the dig kind of just went straight up, and a little late getting in there on the response was the rest of the team. So another point for your Lady Panthers, as Cope still on the service line this time. Going to attack the back line once again. Athens going to have to result in just sending it over. Alexis Hall going to give it to Woods to send over this time. And, wow, both sides just kind of not really able to set anything up. This time, the big strike, however, as Kendall Woods found a little bit of clearance to go sky high and able to put it right in the spot no one was. So that's going to continue to extend their lead up 17-10 now over the Lady Hornets, or your Mabank Lady Panthers. As Lindsay Cope once again going to send across, attacking that back line. Athens this time going to get a good send over, but it's going to be handled there. And goes back to Athens once again, this time on Mabank's side of thing. Woods just kind of does a little soft shot over. And right there, you can't draw it up better than that, as Alexis Hall is able to just catch him sleeping on that one. Extends the lead out 18-10 here as Lindsay Cope still on the line. As Athens now dealing with it. Able to be dug out here. Woods gives it right back. And Phillips able to send it across. Athens now with their send over, attacking the back line. And it just gets a little bit away from Cope there. And nobody else able to chase it down. So Athens now going to get back on the side of serving. It'll be number 4, Lindsay Mendez, the libero, back there to serve, as they trail by 7. Wilkinson able to dig it out, and Jakeway just going to have to send across. As Athens able to get a nice send over. Mabank able to do the same. Woods there on the send over. And Athens once again just kind of softly sending it over, as now Hall kind of does the same. And well played there by Athens, but also well played there to save it from Mabank. And wow, the shot right there from Jakeway, right at the defender, and nothing she could do, as another quick timeout going to be called by Athens. So once again, Let me take a quick step away, and I will be back here right after this.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost-effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
Alrighty, and back here once again as Kendall Woods on the service line here to start things out after the timeout. She sends across, dealt with by Athens. No, not dealt with by Athens. On the send over there, not able to get it across the net. So another quick point there for your Lady Panthers. 20-11 they lead it as Woods able to send over once again on the serve. And Athens with a little miscommunication there on the send over is blocked by Mabank and put right down into the hardwood. So now a 10-point lead for your Lady Panthers as Woods going to send across. Finds the back line and just not able to quite dig it out successfully there as it ends up going into the net and then not dealt with further. So another quick point. As Kendall Woods going to be living there on the service line for a minute. Athens now finally able to deal with it, goes for the strike, and it'll be enough as Mabank is not quite able to deal with the situation. As it sends Abigail Marquez back there to the service line for Athens. She sends across, dealt with by Kylan Wilkinson. And now Jakeway just going to have to send across as Athens, almost a little bit of a mess up there, but able to deal with it. And a miscommunication on the Mabank side of things is going to result in another Lady Hornet point. Now 22-13 as Marquez still back there to serve. Marquez's serve, going to go back. Wilkinson able to get it. And now it'll be Cope that just has to send it across. Now quickly dealt with, attacking Wilkinson there. Number 11, Layla Carnes, able to secure another point for her team. As it keeps Marquez back there on the line. 22-14 now. As Athens are trying to claw their way back. And wow, somehow able to get it across, and then Athens just unable to deal with it there. As it'll switch possession once again. This time substitution coming in. It's going to be Miss Jordan Marker. Heading back there to the service line. And she will send across a nice one. As Athens trying to deal with it here. Carnes ran into the hands right there as Athens able to get it across once again. Now Mabank going on the other side. Able to be dealt with by Athens. Now Mabank once again with it as Jakeway will send it over once more. Nice volley going on here as Alexis Hall again going to attack. Nothing going on it as Athens able to deal with it, but that time on the send over, Remy Carnes had a little bit too much mustard on it, going to end up being out. So 24-14, little match point here for your Mabank Panthers. Lady Panthers, that is. As Marker sends it across once more. Athens trying to deal with it, and Wilkinson able to get a diving save on it right there. Sends it back across. And this time, as it is just locked in right there by Miss Layla Carnes. Athens able to take back over possession, but still 24-15 here facing match point. As it's going to send Remy Carnes back there to do the serving. Going to have a bit of a hard serve to deal with and just not quite able to deal with it are your Lady Panthers. So it is going to make it 24-16 now as Carnes sends it across. Marker with the set, and Hall trying to finish up the set here. Not able to be dealt with by Athens. Trying to go for the block right there was Genovese, and she was not having it go her way, unfortunately. So Athens making a little comeback here. Sent across once again by Carnes on the serve, and Hall just has to send it over now. As Athens able to get it across once more. Hall once again sends it over. Athens looking here to attack and just kind of sends over a soft shot. Hall going to put it up for Jakeway to try to end it, and it is able to be dealt with by Athens there. As now we're going to have Hall try to put it down once again, strong through the hands, through the block, and Alexis Hall is going to finish out set one here. A 25-17 victory in set one over the Athens Lady Hornets. So really quick, I'm going to take another step away, and we will be back here after this.
When it comes to protecting your water, trust the local pro, Chris Flores with City Backflow. For years, Chris has built his business on hard work, Panther pride, and a commitment to his community. Neighbors know his name, and businesses count on his service. City Backflow handles it all. Testing, repairs, residential and commercial, done right and done right the first time. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your water and protect your peace of mind. Call Chris Flores with City Backflow today, 903-471-4558. That's 903-471-4558. City Backflow, proud sponsors of Mabank Athletics.
Your look matters, and around here, nobody does custom like Creative Genius Enterprises. From school pride to business branding, they make it local, they make it personal, and they make it last. We at Cedar Creek Media are proud to partner with Creative Genius as our official outfitters, and we can't wait for you to join us. Creative Genius Enterprises, Henderson County's home for custom made right. Give them a visit at 806 West Main Street in Gun Barrel City, or call 903-288-2458. That's 903-288-2458. Erosion is stealing shorelines all around Cedar Creek Lake. At Parks Environmental Services, we put a stop to it with riprap, rock-solid barriers that lock your shoreline in place. And that's just the start. From silt fencing and erosion blankets to site cleanup, dirt work, and decorative flagstone walkways, we're your full-service erosion control specialists. When it comes to safeguarding your piece of the lake, trust the name Cedar Creek relies on, Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground. Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, or call 214-693-8056. Alrighty, and once again back here at your City Backflow desk, here's Cedar Creek Media, as we are just a little bit away from starting the second set here, as your first set was indeed taken by your Mabank Lady Panthers. A very decisive, quick victory there. Heading into set two, I imagine they intend to keep the ball rolling here, not wanting to stop for even a second, as of course this homecoming night for the Lady Panthers, and of course Panthers in general, as of course after this game we will have the Mabank football game that follows. That one's starting at 7 o'clock, so join us thereafter for that, as quickly the beginning of the game substitution is going to go through here. Taking a minute to actually get things started, however. As in that first game, kind of firing on all cylinders there were the Mabank Lady Panthers, as each one on their team playing their part. And it'll be Athens starting with it this time. It's going to be number 8, Chloe Coker, who starts back there on the service line. And her send-over is going to be handled right here. Hall going to set it up for Woods. Woods does a great job right there. Going up strong through the double. And she's going to be able to secure the opening point for her team. It's going to send Alexis Hall back to serve for Mabank. And, ooh, her serve, looking for a little soft one there to try to throw things off a bit. Just not quite able to get it over the top of that net, however. As quickly it's going to go back into Athens' hands. It's going to send Charlie Wilmuth, number 9, back there to serve for him. As her serve going to be handled here by Mabank. Phillips just has to send it across. Now Athens working with it here. They try to send it up. And number 14 there going to get caught for a violation. As the point is going to go in favor of Mabank. It's going to send Lindsay Cope back there to the service line for your Lady Panthers. As another substitution comes in there. As Cope sends across, attacking that back line, and ooh, miscommunication there as nobody came for the second hit on that one. It'll be another quick point as Lindsay Cope heads back to the service line once again. 3-1. Your Lady Panthers get the quick lead over Athens. And sent across and dealt with here. Alexis Hall setting up for Jakeway. Jakeway able to find the soft spot and puts it down. 4-1 now as Miss Lindsay Cope is going to continue her duties back there at the service line. And sends across once again, strong to the back line. Able to be dealt with by Athens this time, but runs into a block. And right back at him. Little return to sender on that one, not quite able to be dealt with by Athens there. Getting the thumbs up over here. We're working on our second episode of Path of the Panthers today. And the restream as well, so now the restream should be working for everybody here. So able to be to catch our games on not only here on the YouTube page, but also on our Cedar Creek Media Facebook page, as well as we have created a Twitch if that is how you prefer to get your streams. So 3 different ways you can watch our streams now. As Athens there with the serve, going to send across and going to send across is Mabank, and they're a little out there. Sorry, I was, running with my train of thought, and I forgot to actually pay attention to what was going on there. Nonetheless, Athens going to pick up the point. On the service once again was number 5, Abigail Marquez. Kind of catches on her there, and her serve is going to end up out of bounds. So a quick point for Mabank here. Sends Kendall Woods back to do some serving now. And she's going to go and attack Marquez. And, ooh, a little early on the jump there for Layla Carnes, as she is not quite able to catch it at the apex. And it is going to gingerly fall down to the hardwood. So Kendall Woods going to continue here on the serve. Athens trying to deal with it here. They just have to send it across. Kendall Woods able to deal with it on the back line. Jerry Jakeway with a chance to put it down. And Alexis Hall just going to flip it over. And very well once again. She's tried it 2 times and she succeeded both times she's done it. Miss Alexis Hall with those little quick shots on them. So it sends Woods back once again. She's going to send across and attack the back line once again. kind of picking on Abigail Marquez at the moment is Kendall Woods with her serves. As that one is going to get away from Marquez. Woods going to continue doing the job back there on the service line. 9-3 the score here. As Woods sends across once more. Going to be set up for Carnes again. Alexis Hall able to dig it out, however. Jakeway just going to have to send across. Athens able to handle it. This time going to be number 12, Brooklyn Pierce sends it across. Hall for Mabank able to send it over. And Marquez just not able to keep it in play right there as it ends up soaring on her. So Woods is still going to be back there on the line. 10-3 the score. As your Lady Panthers continuing to roll here. And Layla Carnes, little change up there. She's been bringing the power. Gives a little soft shot right over the hands of the defenders, of the blockers there. Able to pick up a point for her team. So now only a 6-point lead here. For your Lady Panthers is Remy Carnes is going to be back there to do the serving. Wilkinson able to kind of set it up for Jakeway there. Just able to send it across. Now we have Carnes once again able to get set up and able to find the hardwood. As 2 straight points for Miss Layla Carnes. And here comes Remy Carnes now, attacking the back line. Phillips just not able to handle the serve. So quickly here, the lead's going to be cut down to just 4. Remy once again back at the line for Athens. Her serve going to end up going into the top of the net. So Mabank once again going to be in control of things. As substitution comes in, it is Miss Jordan Marker coming on to do her serving duties. As she sends it across. Going to be looking at the back line once again, and somehow Athens able to get it across. Able to be dealt with quickly there by Mabank. Runs into a couple blockers, though. And wow! All right, both sides coming away with some how do they do that kind of saves. And on the second attack there, from the back line attack there from Marquez, it's going to end up out of bounds. So Marker going to keep with the serving there. As she sends it once again, looking at the back line. Brooklyn Pierce over there for Athens, just not quite able to deal with it. So quickly, Marker going to put another point on the board. And again she goes, and again, not able to be dealt with. The serving is looking good here from Miss Jordan Marker, also known as Miss JoJo Marker. So quickly, a timeout is going to be taken by Athens. So as they step away real quick, I'm going to do the same, and I'll be back here after this.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake Area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Byrd with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Alrighty, sorry about that. A little late coming back as we're trying to figure out a bit of an audio issue there. We got a crowd mic that just wasn't working on us there for a second. But while I've been here talking, Athens able to put up another point on the board as they went to attack in the back line, not able to be handled by Wilkinson there. So it's going to send number 4, Lindsay Mendez, back to the service line for Athens. As she sends across, Cope able to dig it out, but not able to get the second hit on it there. So it is going to gracefully fall to the floor, resulting in another Lady Hornet point. As Mendez again going to work from the service line. Her serve, however, is going to kind of catch on her a little bit. Ends up going out of bounds here on the close side. Let's send in another substitution. Grace Kilgore going to come in for Jakeway, and she's going to head to the service line. 15-9 is currently your score here. Your Lady Panthers leading over the Lady Hornets. As right there, though, a nice shot from I believe it was number 3, Miss Ava Pugh there, who was able to get through the hands and get it to fall. Grace Kilgore, what a dig out there. Unfortunately, still unable to get it across in 3, so they're going to get called for the 4-touch. So it is Miss Layla Carnes back there to do the serving here. Cope going to deal with it. Marker going to set up Alexis Hall, and she is going to find, I guess you could, I don't want to say pay dirt, but you can call it hardwood. There we go. That's what I got in here. So she's able to find the hardwood there. And with that point, it's going to send Kylan Wilkinson back to serve. And she's going to send it across. Very nice serve. Not able to be dealt with by Athens. So another quick point. As Mabank 3 points away here from that 20 mark. Of course, the 20 mark just kind of that point in the match where you start realizing, okay, we're coming down to the nitty-gritty here. As Athens able to send over, Mabank trying to send over again. And right there, Cope on her send over, they're going to say that she ended up going into the net. She hit it into the net, so then the subsequent hit ended up in a 4-touch there. So now for Athens, number 8, Chloe Coker sends it across. Kendall Woods looking for an attack there. It ends up in the top of the net, touched once again. So another 4-touch going to be called. So Coker going to continue here at the service line. Grace Kilgore able to dig it out and then sends it across. Athens now has to have a send over of their own. And with the back line send there, number 4, Lindsay Mendez, just not able to quite get the height on it. It goes into the top of the net. So that sends Alexis Hall back to do some serving. 18-13 now. As Hall sends across, looking to attack the back line. And on the dig out, it's going to end up in the net. Just not able to be dealt with any further. So another quick point for the Lady Panthers. As Hall heads back once again. Hall going to send across once more. Continues to attack that back line. This time on the send over, number 9, Charlie Wilmuth, was looking for a strong attack, but ends up in the top of the net. So that brings Mabank to that illustrious 20 number. And it is going to be a timeout called for Athens here. So once again, I'm going to take a quick step away, and I will be back here after this.
At Reedy Tire, they understand early morning drop-offs, late evening pickups, and everything in between that you go through to make sure your child gets from one event to the next activity. They believe that your precious cargo is their responsibility. Your tires are their life. They eat, sleep, and breathe tires so that our Mabank families can know that when they hit the road for a few blocks or a few hours, they'll get there safe and on time. At Reedy Tire, tires aren't the only thing, they're everything. Trust them to get you there. Reedy Tire in Mabank, America, proudly supporting the entire student body and their families at Mabank ISD. Let's go Panthers.
Alrighty, and back here from the timeout. Well, Athens still taking some time to talk over there. Mabank already back out on the court. What is going on, Mr. Luke Carter, coming over here to say hi to us. As we kick it off once back where we left off, as Alexis Hall doing the serving. She sends across, trying to attack the back line again. And again, her serve just not able to be dealt with. As Athens ends up sending it into the net once more. So it's going to give it back to her, extending their lead ever more. Up to an 8-point lead now, as finally Athens is able to deal with the serve. Ran into the block, though, but able to be dealt with. Mabank sends across. Now Athens going to try to send over once more. A little soft shot there. Alexis Hall able to get it. And now she's going to send, looking for the power there. However, it is just going to soar on her. So that will be an Athens point picked up there. Going to bring it to 21-14 as Charlie Wilmoth is back there to serve. Grace Kilgore now just has to send it across. And now working in the middle, Brooklyn Lunsford not able to find anything on her attack. But finally they're able to get it over. Lindsay Cope just has to send it over. And she is able to find the right person to go at there. Brooklyn Pierce just not able to deal with the shot there as it was trying to find its way to the floor. So with that, Cope's going to end up back on the service line. As once again, this time they're going to set up Jakeway, and she's going to find the angle there. And it falls to the floor. So Cope going to stay on the service line here, 23-14. Looking to close out set number 2 quick as that. As once again, Athens trying to deal with it there, just unable to. As Athens not able to quite deal with that serve. That makes it match point here, 24-14 for Mabank. Cope to send across, going to attack the back line once again. Looking to set up is Athens. As Wilkinson able to dig it out there, and Phillips just tries to give it a little touch over, but unfortunately the angle it was taken just takes it out of bounds. So Athens once again going to have it here on match point from Mabank. This time it's going to be Abigail Marquez back there doing the serving. She sends to the back line. Wilkinson able to deal with it. Cope, though, on the second hit. Just not quite what she was looking for there. As quickly here, Athens looking to get going again. Marquez going to send across once more. Lindsay Cope able to deal with it. Phillips sends it across. Athens now trying to figure out how to deal with it. They just have to send it over. Got a lot of time here as Jakeway now going to try to put it away. And Athens right there. Looks like they are going to get into the net. So that is how it ends, 25-16. Your Lady Panthers finish off this one quick and gives them a 2-0 lead over the Athens Lady Hornets here at home on homecoming. So that being said, I'm going to take another quick step away, and when I come back, we will get headed right into the third set of action right here on Cedar Creek Media. Don't go anywhere.
8 kitchens, 1 yard. Right there in the heart of Mabank, the truck yard brings it all together. From smash burgers and tacos to lighter bites and loaded spuds, Mediterranean plates, hot wings, Cajun classics, fresh sandwiches, hibachi and sushi, even a boba tea to wash it all down. The truck yard's where Mabank comes together. Neighbors, families, and friends all gathering to share good food from one place. It's the Mabank Truck Yard, where Mabank comes to eat.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call State Farm agent Zach Pruitt in Gun Barrel City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
When it comes to protecting your water, trust the local pro, Chris Flores with City Backflow. For years, Chris has built his business on hard work, Panther pride, and a commitment to his community. Neighbors know his name, and businesses count on his service. City Backflow handles it all. Testing, repairs, residential and commercial, done right and done right the first time. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your water and protect your peace of mind. Call Chris Flores with City Backflow today, 903-471-4558. That's 903-471-4558. City Backflow, proud sponsors of Mabank Athletics.
Alrighty, back to the action here as both teams have already come back out on the court. Getting set up for set 3 as right now your Lady Panthers have a 2-0 lead over the Athens Lady Hornets. Looks like they are doing all the finalizations on everything here. But yeah, another good set last time for your Mabank Lady Panthers as they were able to finish things quickly. Got the lead and never looked back, kind of reminiscent of that first set they played. Going to look to make it a 3-0 sweep here as Alexis Hall going to start out serving once again. This time she sends it across strong and once again into the net, not able to be dealt with by Athens. So it'll be another quick point for your Mabank Lady Panthers as Hall once again will head back there. This time she's going to send it a little bit softer, but it's not quite able to find the distance as it is going to fall into the net. So quickly things going to change here. As substitution, Chloe Coker going to come in to do the serving. And ooh, looking to attack with that quick little flip shot there was Hall, but ends up going into the net on her. So Coker again is going to have it. Grace Kilgore able to handle the serve, and Phillips finally ends up sending it across. And now Athens trying to send. Wilkinson going to end up saving it. As a four-touch going to be called against Mabank there. So Athens this time are the ones that end up getting out to the early lead. 3-1, they lead it right now over your Lady Panthers. Wilkinson able to get it dealt with right there as Hall sends it across. And Hall right there just kind of with a one-arm stick out save of it, just not able to be dealt with out of the net there by Phillips. So Athens now out to a 3-point early lead. As Coker again going to send across. Kilgore able to dig it out. Phillips now just has to send it over. So now Athens going to be working with it here. A strong shot right there from number 9, Charlie Wilmuth. Will end up resulting in another Lady Hornet point. So now a 4-point lead for him as Coker once again sends across. Phillips a little shaky there on the dig out, but Mabank is eventually able to deal with it. But on the other side of things, Athens right there sends it across strong. Not sure, I believe once again it was Charlie Wilmuth with the strong send over, and then a quick timeout is going to be taken here by Mabank. So not the start they had in the last 2 sets. So coach going to decide really quickly here to just take a quick break and reset there. As I will take a quick step away once again, and I will be back here after this.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call State Farm agent Zach Pruitt in Gun Barrel City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Like I said, quick timeout there taken. As we come back to it, it will still be Miss Chloe Coker for Athens on the service line. Mabank going to try to figure out how they can get possession once more, as right there the set by Hall was kind of in the middle of 2 of her players right there. Woods and Coker just didn't really know what to do with it there. Both of them had chances, but both of them didn't want to collide, but they ended up colliding anyway. So another Athens point, this time going to be set up nicely for Coker. But her send over ends up going into the net. So Athens here up to a 7-point lead, as a quick little official timeout is going to be taken, as Coker kind of came up limping after the collision with Woods there. Looks like they're pointing at her shin here. I don't want to take a step away and then they immediately be ready to go, which is exactly what happens, as just like that, they're already back. So Cope looks like she's going to try to force through the pain here, as Coker's still going to be on the service line. Hall going to set up Woods here. Woods sends across, and Athens just not quite able to deal with that send across. So that stops the bleeding here, as Kendall Woods' score ends up sending Lindsay Cope back to serve now. Playing from behind now are the Lady Panthers, as Cope sends across, going to again go to attack the back line. Carnes just has to kind of send it over, ends up going into the hands. Ooh, well, I thought it went into the hands of Woods, but instead it ended up going into the top of the net. So then the subsequent hit resulted in that 4-touch. So now it'll be Lindsay Cope once again to serve. Looking to try to cut into this Athens lead, as miscommunication there from Athens results in another quick point for Mabank. Lindsay Cope looking to head up this run, as this will be her 4th serve back there at the line. Cope sends across once again, and just kind of sent over there by Athens, but on the hard send back across is Hall, and Athens doesn't know what to do with it. I don't think they were quite ready for that quick send over again, so ends up in a point. So Cope once more has cut the lead to 3 now, as Athens able to deal with Cope's serve. Now Cope with a dig out on the other end. Jakeway just has to send it across. Athens now working with it, going to set up right here for Wilmoth, and she is able to find the soft spot in the back line right there. Neither Wilkinson or Cope able to get to it in time. So that is how the little Mabank run will end, as it is going to send number 9, Charlie Wilmoth, back there to serve. Ooh. Able to get the curve on it on that one. As Jakeway was expecting it to go out of bounds, it ends up kind of bending back in there. So a quick ace for Wilmoth. Extends their lead back out to 5. And then on her next serve, ends up kind of tipping off the top of the net. And then Woods, kind of out of instinct of it, heading at her face, just kind of tips it up, and it ends up soaring back. Nobody else able to kind of do anything with it. So 2 quick scores there for Athens, and a third one for Wilmoth. As that time Wilkinson not able to handle it properly. Continues to extend this lead here. As Wilmoth again, this time going to attack Cope. Hall able to get it across. Jakeway, however, gets the send over and able to pick up the point. Doesn't let it get too out of control there. Athens still going to be up 6 here as it sends Kendall Woods back there to do the serving. Woods going to send over. Able to be dealt with by Athens here. Hard send over there, dealt with by Mabank. Jakeway now with a send over of her own. Athens here. Carnes is able to put it across. Cope going to just have to send it all the way over. Nice little volley going here as Phillips now is the one to flip it over. Running into some hands there, but it ends up falling out of bounds. So Remy Carnes able to go into the hands of the blockers there. Like I said, falls out of bounds after the subsequent block. So once again, Athens going to be on the service line. This time it's Abigail Marquez back there. Journey Jakeway with a hard send over, and she finds the one to attack as Marquez is not quite able to handle it. And Jakeway going to pick up another kill for her team, as it's going to bring in Jordan Marker to do some serving. Marker going to send across on the back line. Athens able to deal with it. Runs into the hands of the blockers, but they weren't ready for it as it ends up falling on the Mabank side. And puts it back in Athens' possession. Sorry, my brain kind of spaced there for a second. Didn't know where I was going with that whole sentence. Anyway, Remy Carnes back there on the service line now, as JoJo Marker comes all the way across the court for that second hit. And it's going to end up a strong shot from Layla Carnes there, able to go through the hands of 2 blockers and ends up finding its space on the Mabank side of the floor. So it's going to keep Remy Carnes back there serving. Alexis Hall here looking for the attack. It's going to end up going into the top of the net and back over. So another 4-touch going to be called here. So Athens with a ballooning lead here, up to 9 points. As Remy Carnes again sending it over. And Journey Jakeway with a hard send over. It's able to be dealt with by Athens there. And that time on the send over, number 3, Ava Pugh, it just kind of soars on her out of bounds. So that is how the bleeding will stop here for the Lady Panthers, as Grace Kilgore going to come in to do some serving. .8:16 here, the Lady Panthers playing from behind, as Athens going to try to go quickly again, and it will be Layla Carnes once more for Athens, who is able to find the soft spot. This time it's going to send back Ava Pugh to the service line for Athens. And right there, Lindsay Cope kind of mis-eyed it there, thought it might be going out of bounds. It ends up falling in. So with the 10-point lead for Athens, Mabank going to take a quick timeout and talk things over. So with them taking that quick timeout, I'm going to take one myself, and I will be right back here after this.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost-effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
Alrighty, right back to it here. Ava Pugh still going to be on the service line for Athens. Is Mabank going to be able to dig out her serve there? Lindsay Cope looking for the shot there. Attacks Ava Pugh, able to get it through. And that is going to quickly turn things around here. Mabank's got a long way to come back. However, it just starts with one. Kylan Wilkinson there is going to be serving for him. Nice serve there. Layla Carnes on her attack. It ends up soaring on her. So just like that, quick two for Mabank. Cuts the lead down to just 8. Wilkinson again with the serve. Going to go back to the back line. And looking to set up Wilmoth this time. And she is able to find home right there. As Wilkinson not quite able to dig it out there on the back line. And it sends Layla Carnes now to the service line. Alexis Hall trying to set up Woods. Woods with a beautiful attack right there. Painting corners on the back line. As that'll be another quick possession of things here. It's going to send Alexis Hall back to serve this time. 11-19. Mabank trails it at the moment. Hall able to send over a nice serve. Got to get it over on this, and Athens able to. Oh. And Cope was looking for the hard send over. Just ends up kind of being a little off with her strike and just misses the ball entirely. It ends up kind of gingerly falling over. Unfortunately, that will result in Athens ball. So here it's going to be Chloe Coker once again doing the serving. She was the one that got this Athens team out to their early lead. This time, it'll be Woods going up strong through the blocks. And Carnes that just has to send across, and she's able to. Keeping Athens alive here in this one, in this point. But right there, big blocks right there. Phillips and Woods combining on that one. Shuts down the Athens send over. So now cuts the lead down to just 8 again. As Lindsay Cope is going to head back to serve. Her send across is going to be dealt with. Looking for it strong in the middle. Phillips right there, able to pick up a nice save. Now Layla Carnes going to attack from the back line, and it's going to sail on her again. So Mabank looking for a little run here off of the serving of Lindsay Cope as they cut the lead to 7. Cope again with the send over, attacking Layla Carnes this time. And hard send over right there as number 14, Brooklyn Lunsford, finds a nice spot to put it down. It ends up sending Charlie Wilmuth, number 9 here for Athens, back to serve. And her serve going to attack the back line. Well done. Whoa, well done. Goodness gracious. They're going quicker than I can really call this here, but Wilkinson, beautiful dig out, followed by a Journey Jakeway just power shot. And she finds it in the perfect spot. So another quick point for Mabank here. Switches things over, sends Kendall Woods back to serve. As Athens able to deal with the serve, and off the block it ends up going out of bounds. Looks like Genovese there ends up going off of her hand. So quickly going back into Athens' side of things.
I'm stealing y'all's broadcaster. Give me a second.
All righty, I am unstolen now as we get right back to it here. As it is Abigail Marquez back there serving for Athens. 14-23 now, Athens leading this one. Looking to try to finish things out. As Hall right there on the second hit, just not what she was expecting there. So now we have set point here for Athens, and it's going to be off the serving of Abigail Marquez. She sends across, Cope able to deal with it. Hall able to give it to Jakeway, and she is able to find the right one to attack right there. As Marquez trying to deal with it and ends up getting away from her. So it's going to bring in Jordan Marker to go back for some serving here. Get a little 15 serving 24. Still match point for the Athens Lady Hornets. Ava Pugh trying to send it across, and she ends up going into the net. So a quick point there for Mabank, as they got a long way to claw back into it, but don't count them out until it's over. As Athens, a little miscommunication there. Going to be another quick one for the Lady Panthers. As Marker again, this time serve just barely able to go across. Ends up hitting the top of the net and just kind of flipping over. And like that, able to cut the lead down to just 6. So Athens going to take a quick timeout here. Trying to stop the momentum of the Mabank comeback. So quickly, I'm going to take a step away once again, and I will be right back here after this.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call State Farm agent Zach Pruitt in Gun Barrel City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
All righty, quickly back to it here. Oh, sorry, can't even transition. You're looking at a black screen. There you go, that's what you're supposed to be looking at there. As we are back here, final seconds of the timeout. Athens heading back onto the court. As Jordan Marker still going to be back there doing the serving. Trying to make the whole comeback on this one, but unfortunately, the next serve, not going to be as lucky as the one before. Ends up going into the net, resulting in the set win there for the Athens Lady Hornet. 25-18, they end up taking it over your Mabank Lady Panthers here. So 2-1 is your score overall, as Athens not wanting to go away without a bit of a fight. So with that being said, again, I'm going to step away. I know, sorry, I just came back, but I'm already going to step away again as we will be back here after this.
Your look matters, and around here, nobody does custom like Creative Genius Enterprises. From school pride to business branding, they make it local, they make it personal, and they make it last. We at Cedar Creek Media are proud to partner with Creative Genius as our official outfitters, and we can't wait for you to join us. Creative Genius Enterprises, Henderson County's home for custom made right. Give them a visit at 806 West Main Street in Gun Barrel City or call 903-288-2458. That's 903-288-2458. Erosion is stealing shorelines all around Cedar Creek Lake. At Parks Environmental Services, we put a stop to it with riprap, rock-solid barriers that lock your shoreline in place. And that's just the start. From silt fencing and erosion blankets to site cleanup, dirt work, and decorative flagstone walkways, we're your full-service erosion control specialists. When it comes to safeguarding your piece of the lake, trust the name Cedar Creek relies on, Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground. Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, or call 214-693-8056. For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Byrd with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
Alrighty, and quickly back to it here as Athens going to start out with the serving. It's Coker back there who's sitting across first. And a quick attack from Kendall Woods. Unfortunately, just a little bit too long on it as it ends up going out of bounds. It sends Chloe Coker back there again to serve. And then on the very next one, a little miscommunication between Wilkinson and Kilgore there on the back line. Going to end up in another quick Athens point. So Coker again serving here. Kilgore able to deal with it this time. Hall able to get the second hit. And Woods just has to send it across. So now we got a nice setup there for Wilmouth. Mabank dealing with it, and they're able to. Just have to send it across, however. And this time it's Lunsford looking for the attack there. And, sorry here. My comrade didn't even plug in my computer that I've been using over here, so my computer was telling me it was about to shut off on me. Sorry, I had to figure out that real quick. Nonetheless, 2 quick points for Mabank, and they tie things back up. As Alexis Hall going to continue back there on the service line. And this time, looks like it was going out, but Carnes decided to play it for Athens. Lunsford just has to send it across. Now on the other end, looking for a big attack there. Able to be dealt with by Athens. And now just a little flip shot from him. So Hall just has to send over. Carnes able to give it up to set it up for Carnes there. Of course, that's Layla setting it up for Remy there on the Athens side of things, but Remy ends up being a little bit too strong on it. Going to send it out of bounds. So Alexis Hall going to continue here on the service line. This time a little soft shot. And Athens not quite able to handle it on the subsequent hits. So it will keep Alexis Hall back there on the service line. And her serve across, going to attack the back line. This time Lunsford able to get a pretty nice looking send over. Phillips now with a nice send over. Into the hands, it's blocked, but ends up going out of bounds. So Athens going to end up giving up another one. So now a 3-point lead here for your Lady Panthers to open up the start of this one. As Hall sends over once again. And Carnes has her send over blocked. It'll be Layla Carnes who eventually sends it over. Now Mabank able to go to work. Cope able to send over a strong shot. It's dug out. Ends up back on Mabank's side. They reset it here. As Woods now trying to send it across. Off of the set there from Hall. It ends up going into the net. And Athens will take over. It is going to be number 9, Charlie Wilmoth, back on the service line, as Grace Kilgore going to get eaten up by that one. As Wilmoth going to pick up a quick point there for her team. Cuts the lead down to just 1 for Mabank. Wilmoth again going to send it across, but this time going to end up in the top of the net. So now it's going to send Lindsay Cope back there to the service line, 6-4. Mabank leading it here. As Cope looks to send across, it looks like a substitution came in as well. Looks like Grace Kilgore going to come off and Journey Jakeway going to head back into the game. As Cope sends over, looking to attack the back line again. And Ava Pugh on her send over is going to end up in the net. So another quick point for Mabank. Gets their lead back out to 3 here. As Cope will send over once more. A nice attack of that back line, and Pugh once again going to have to send over. Mabank ready on it as Jakeway with a hard send over. It's able to be dealt with by Athens, however. As Carnes again going to send over. And the set there by Hall was just not quite what they were expecting, as it ends up falling down to the floor on that one. So with that point, it's going to send Abigail Marquez back to serve for Athens. She's going to send it across. Wilkinson looking to save it on that one. Ends up hitting the ground hard. As Marquez with a beautiful serve there. Cuts the lead again. And she'll send over once more. Woods working from the back line. It's able to be dealt with. Hall just has to kind of send it over, however. As shot coming in from Carnes there for Athens. Now Pugh looking to deal with it. Ends up in the top of the net. And the next hit going to result in the foretouch there. So with that point for Mabank, it's going to send back Miss Kendall Woods to do some serving. As she will send it across. Pugh able to dig it out for Athens. Carnes sends it over. What a good job by Phillips there to dig that out. And Hall able to get the dig. Cope sends it over. Athens now working with it here. Pugh going to send it across. Now it'll be Hall setting up right there. I believe Jakeway on that hard send over, but she's just going to be a little off the mark there. It's going to end up out of bounds. And it'll send Athens back to serve. It's going to bring number 10, Remy Carnes, back to serve, to be more specific. As right there, her serve is just going to kind of eat up Cope on that one. Ends up taking a weird angle off her hands and nobody else able to really come up with it there. So Remy again going to go with the serve. Playing a little back and forth. Finally, it's sent over by Jakeway. Carnes going to set up for Carnes, and she is going to eat up Cope again there on the back line. So now Athens once again with a lead here in this set. Leave down by as much as 4 at one point. They have found a way to bring themselves all the way back. So now Remy Carnes going to continue going to work back there. Hall going to set up Jake Way. Jake Way looking for the strong send over. And a big block right there. Number 11 and 12. Layla Carnes and Brooklyn Pierce combining for the big block right there, which stuffs Jake Way's send over. And with that, Mabank is going to call another quick timeout. So once again, I'm going to take a step away, and I'll be back here right after this.
At Reedy Tire, they understand early morning drop-offs, late evening pickups, and everything in between that you go through to make sure your child gets from one event to the next activity. They believe that your precious cargo is their responsibility. Your tires are their life. They eat, sleep, and breathe tires so that our Mabank families can know that when they hit the road for a few blocks or a few hours, they'll get there safe and on time. At Reedy Tire, tires aren't the only thing, they're everything. Trust them to get you there. Reedy Tire in Mabank, America, proudly supporting the entire student body and their families at Mabank ISD. Let's go Panthers.
All right back to it here. It's still going to be Remy Carnes back on the service line for Athens. As Mabank this time able to handle her serve. It's a strong send over there. It's going to be dealt with by Athens. However, on the send over of their own, number 3, Ava Pugh, ends up in the net again. So it is going to bring on Jordan Marker here to do some serving. She's going to come in for Miss Cambry Phillips there. Marker serve and head to the back line. And right there, Pierce with the send over. Cope now just kind of has to send it across, able to do so. Pugh with the same kind of situation. And Cope just kind of struggled with it right there. Ends up going backwards off of her set. So it'll change possessions again. It's going to send Ava Pugh back to serve now. So Pugh's going to go try to attack Jordan Marker. Quick set for Jake Way there. And wow, somehow Mabank able to handle all of that. Ends up getting it sent across. And now to be Carnes, she switches things up and goes with a little soft shot there. And now a little soft shot of their own, Mabank tries to throw at Athens. And finally, the battle of the soft shots there ends up with Athens on top, as Hall not quite able to dig out that final one. So it's going to keep Ava Pugh on the service line here. Going to send it all the way to the back line. Wilkinson able to get it under control for her team. As now Pierce is going to send it over for Athens. And wow, quickly done there, able to keep it going and keep the volley alive as Mabank now sending it across, but ends it just like that as Journey Jakeway going to find the spot. So quick substitution as Grace Kilgore finds her way back in the game. Jakeway going to go take a seat for a second. Kilgore's serve going to end up being dealt with. And Layla Carnes going to have a nice shot there. Ends up going all the way back to Athens' side. And then eventually they're able to send over. So now Mabank getting set up with their own shot over. Genovese able to get it across. Now back with Mabank after Athens is able to send over. Cope's shot's able to be handled. Quickly back to him as Cope now going to attack the back line with the shot. And somehow Athens is going to keep the volley alive. And now Athens, after the long volley, going to end up coming out on top. As there was a lot of miracle saves on that one. As the switch is going to bring Layla Carnes back to serve here, and then a substitution as Lunsford came in for Athens. So now Mabank trying to get things back in order as Cope sends across hard. And on the little trying for a shot over was Layla Carnes. Ends up in the net there, so Mabank quickly going to end up back with possessions. It's going to send Kylan Wilkinson back to do some serving. As she gets across, not able to really be dealt with by Athens, but ends up going back on Mabank's side. Now Mabank sends over. Athens with it, sends over to Mabank. Goodness gracious here. As Lunsford finally sends over, Marker going to give the set for Woods here. Woods' shot ends up finding the ground. As nobody came in to help after the hard shot from Woods. So it brings Kylan Wilkinson back once again to serve. Going to try to attack that back line again. This time it's going to be Wilmoth with the hard send over. Now Lunsford with the send over. As now Hall is going to end up trying to send it over for Mabank's side. And she's going to end up in the net. So quickly Athens going to get control again. It's going to bring Miss Chloe Coker back to serve once more. As Wilkinson able to dig it out, finally Grace Kilgore just has to send it across. And Athens, I don't know how they did it, but they're able to deal with it. And Mabank ends up having to do the same thing. However, ends up going out of bounds there, so Athens going to come away with a point. As Coker here is going to send across again on the serve. Setting up Woods here for the big strike, and she's able to get it through the hands of the blockers there. So, quick Mabank point there. As the Lady Panthers still trailing 13-15 here. As Alexis Hall going to go for a hard serve on the back line, attacking Ava Pugh on that one. We'll cut it down to just a 1-point lead, and it looks like a quick substitution here as number 4, Lindsay Mendez, the libero, comes in for Ava. Another hard serve for Hall. This time it's able to be handled by Athens. And now on the send over from Woods, Athens again in a bit of a scramble, but they're able to handle it. Carnes on her send over just doesn't give it enough power and angle, and it ends up in the net. So that ties things up 15 apiece as Alexis Hall again trots back there to do some serving. And this time gonna attack Mendez there with the serve. And strong send over blocked there. Phillips, however, able to deal with it. And Hall looking for the little placement shot there. Ends up not getting quite close enough to the line. Ends up being called out of bounds. So it will be Athens with it now, as it sends Charlie Wilmoth back. And on her serve, just going to be a little too strong on it. So ties things up again. This time it's going to send, Lindsay Cope back to serve for your Lady Panthers. Again, 16-16 here as Lindsay Cope serves. A little setup there for Lunsford, and just not able to handle it on that one, as Alexis Hall tried for the dig there, but nothing going on it. It's going to send back Abigail Marquez for Athens. As now look to send it over. Jakeway is able to get it across. Now Carnes sends it over for Athens. Hall sending it back the other way. Quick little volley this time. Both teams going very fast. Jakeway with a hard shot, though, going to go off the hands of the blockers there. It in and out of bounds. Athens not able to do anything with it. It will send Kendall Woods back to the service line, as this one looks like it's got the potential to keep going all the way down to the wire here. all tied up here as Woods' serve ends up not really able to be dealt with, ends up back on their side. Finally, Hall just has to send it across. And one of the Carns able to deal with it, and they just have to send it over. Hall now going to send up Genovese, and she has got the shot. Right there, tried to save it was, man, I don't even know if I want to say that name. Dayanara Rodriguez. Trying to save it on the back line there, but nothing going for her. So that gives Mabank the lead once again. As Woods looks to send it across. Going to go for the back line again. And one of the Carns able to get a nice power shot there. This time it's Remy Carnes with the power. Able to sneak it in on the back line. So Woods going to come out, and Phillips going to come back into the ball game. Sends Remy Carnes back to serve for Athens as she sends over. Wilkinson able to dig it out. Looking for the send over right there. Genovese. It goes into the net. So now Athens with the lead again. Carnes sends it across. Wilkinson able to dig. Hall sets up Phillips to send it over. So now Carnes setting up Carnes here. And it'll be Layla Carnes with the power this time. And a quick timeout is going to be taken. Sorry, right there as to end it there. Layla Carnes able to put it down for Athens. And a quick timeout is going to be taken here for Mabank. Of course, still 2-1. As Mabank just needs time to think this one over. Of course, you've been right there neck and neck with them the entire set. So Athens has reached that illustrious 20-point mark. So it's kind of the time to give yourself a little break. You've got the next 5 points to work with here. Of course, you're only trailing by 2 at this point. But Athens does still have possession. It will still be Remy Carnes back there doing the serving. She sends across. Wilkinson able to dig it. Hall sets up Jakeway. Jakeway comes with the power. Dealt with by Athens. This time Layla Carnes just kind of gives a soft shot. Going to set up Jakeway once again. She runs in. No, they're going to say she ends up going into the net there. Thought it was the hands, but it ends up being the net. As Athens again, now on the service line. It's again Carnes. Phillips sends it over, and Abigail Marquez ends up getting eaten up by it. So it puts things back in Mabank's hands here. As Phillips going to come off, and Marker going to make her way on to do some serving. And on her serve, a good serve. Layla Carnes ends up with just a soft shot off of it. And a big power shot right there. I believe Journey Jakeway going to come with the painting corners right there, as she is just able to slide it in across that sideline. So cuts the lead down to only 1 as Marker again going to serve here, and eaten up right there is Abigail Marquez. And that'll tie things up. So just like that, and now a quick timeout taken for Athens. So yeah, just like that, you turn that down 2 after Athens had reached that 20 mark. Now you tied things up, and you're kind of in control with the momentum. So Athens kind of needs to take a quick timeout to try to stunt some of that momentum that you got going on. Well, quickly, I'm going to take a little step away, and I will be right back here after this.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call State Farm agent Zach Pruitt in Gun Barrel City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
All righty, and quickly back here after the timeout. Of course, here on Homecoming, here for your Lady Panthers. As things are all tied up 21 apiece here in set number 4, where your Lady Panthers look to end off the night as they lead it 2-1. Marker on her serve, a little bit too strong there. So it gives Athens back the lead and the serve here, as it looks like Ava Pugh is going to be the one that sets back to serve. And Pugh serve across. Marker able to deal with it. Wilkinson sends it over. Now Cope just has to get it across. As Athens, almost a little miscommunication there, but it was able to get saved. As now they're going to try to set up Jakeway. Wilkinson, lack of communication, but she sends it across. As Cope able to save that one. Got to be sent over there by Marker. Carnes looking to set up Wilmoth again, and she is able to slide it through with a little soft shot there. So 23-21 here, as your Lady Panthers are down by 2. Ava Pugh going to continue serving here. Goes to the back line, it's dealt with, and Cope just has to kind of send it across. Now back on Athens side, Carnes able to send it over. The set by Marker and the send down by Genovese dealt with. And again, you've got Carnes now dealt with. Hall there, able to send it across into the hands of the blockers, and it ends up falling down on Athens side. So that will be another Mabank point, cutting down the lead to only 1, as Grace Kilgore going to make her way into the game to do some serving. As her first serve going to end up in the net, that puts Athens at match point here, or set point rather. 24-22, as it has Layla Carnes back there on the service line. JoJo Marker trying to set up Cope, and she's able to, and it gets through the Athens defense there and cuts the lead back down to only 1. So still set point for Athens, but Mabank trying to make this set go a little bit longer, trying to finish things here. Grace Kilgore just going to have to send it across. Now Athens going to go to work with it. And Wilmuth just sends over a little soft shot. Cope now. And she is able to put it up and put it down. Finds the soft spot there, ties things up. So we're going to have some extra points here. And a quick timeout going to be taken by Athens. But of course, it is a win by 2 situation. So your Mabank Lady Panthers going to have possession of it. They put up the next one, the next score after that. They put up the next 2 scores. They end up finishing off the night here and closing out Homecoming for the good guys. However, Athens so far after that second set has been showing a lot of grit here. So we will see what happens. 20 seconds left in their timeout. If I would have had less to say, maybe I would have thought about taking a break. But nonetheless, glad I didn't, because they're already back here. Just had to talk myself out of it. Service is going to still be in Mabank's hands. It'll be Kylan Wilkinson back there serving for them. Great person to have back there for you. As Athens now going to try to send it across, and they do. It's Lunsford who sends it over. Now on the other side, Cope trying to come with some power. Athens able to deal with it. Lunsford just has to send it over. Hall's trying to set up Cope on the other side. And Athens is able to deal with it. Wilmuth just has to kind of send it over. it looks like Alexis Hall ends up landing pretty hard there. So really quickly, I am going to take a step away, and I will be right back here after this.
Erosion is stealing shorelines all around Cedar Creek Lake. At Parks Environmental Services, we put a stop to it with riprap, rock-solid barriers that lock your shoreline in place. And that's just the start. From silt fencing and erosion blankets to site cleanup, dirt work, and decorative flagstone walkways, we're your full-service erosion control specialists. When it comes to safeguarding your piece of the lake, trust the name Cedar Creek relies on, Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground. Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, or call 214-693-8056.
Well, I missed it there because I was still taking the break. But
You can blame me. It's my fault.
But either way, right there, the finishing point put up and down for your Mabank Lady Panthers as they take away the win here on Homecoming. Right, we gotta end quickly because we gotta go. Oh, sorry, he just took away my hearing. Y'all can still hear me. So we got to head out of here pretty quickly. Thank you for tuning in to watch your Mabank Lady Panthers take on the Athens Lady Hornets here at home as they win it 3-1, 3 sets to 1 over them here on Homecoming. With that being said, thank you so much. I have been Cedar Creek Media. We'll see you next time.